Alright, good morning, y'all. Taking my first little morning video here. I'm on my way to BNI, a little networking group. Gonna meet with our chapter. I'm doing my presentation today, so for 8 minutes, gonna talk about my senior care business. Educate people a little bit more about what I do. I think they already kind of know for the most part, but every week 2 people have the chance to talk about themselves in a little more depth. So that's what I'm doing now, and then right afterwards I have a 1-to-1, which is where I'm going to sit down with another member of the chapter and kind of have like a little coffee date type of thing. So we've got a bunch of new guys who recently joined, and I'm trying to sit and meet with them. After that, I'm going to be driving around to drop off brochures and try to make some more connections. I bought some creatine yesterday. I know it's a little change of topic here. I bought some creatine yesterday, and I took a scoop last night and another one this morning. I've heard some good things about it. I want to see how that affects me. So I feel pretty good on it. What's also interesting is my sleep schedule. Yesterday I woke up at like 4 a.m. and that happens to me sometimes. I just wake up. And before I would usually just stay in bed to try to get back to sleep. But yesterday I got up and read and just got some work done. So I think that's going to be my strategy going forward for things like that when I wake up. If I wake up at a weird time. I mean, sometimes my body's still half asleep, so I'm going to go back to bed. Usually, for the most part, that's what I want to be doing, but sometimes you wake up and it's like you're just not falling back asleep. So instead of forcing it, I'll get up and do something productive. Problem is, yesterday I was exhausted. I was like a zombie. So when that does happen, I'll probably try to keep some time in for like just a little nap. Just, I don't know, half an hour of just getting some rest and not to drink coffee. Have coffee after the nap. So I don't know, there's a bunch of random thoughts on top of each other. Had a really fun comedy set last night, so that was good. And then doing some podcasts later tonight. I'm gonna see if I want to make some time to go see my sister. She's in town. So I'll talk to her, see what her day looks like. So yeah, there's a bunch of random thoughts. Sorry, I don't know. It's early in the morning. Don't really have a specific thing I want to talk about here. So yeah, a bunch of stuff happening. And I'll be checking in with you later. Bye. Yo. Alright, I am leaving the gym right now. Had a kind of lighter workout. I fucking hurt my back yesterday doing some squats, which was not smart. It wasn't even that much weight, which is the annoying part. My technique was not great, and honestly, my body probably just wasn't ready to squat yet after the weekend, which I didn't know at the time. Hindsight is 20/20, as they say. But yeah, fucking didn't hurt my back too bad, but it's definitely been not feeling great. So I have a kind of a lighter recovery type of workout that I like to do if I'm dealing with some kind of injury. So I just did that, and I think what I'm gonna have to do is just kind of modify the way I structure my workouts. Specifically the warm-up, there's a couple more movements that I should probably be doing. Movements that kind of activate the spine. And maybe do that before I squat, so that my back is kind of more warmed up and ready to take on the heavier weight. But my back is actually feeling pretty good right now. It's feeling better now than it was when I went into the gym. So that's good. I did a couple of marketing drop-offs earlier today. Hit a few new offices. And later today, I'm going to be doing some podcasting. And then I'm going to go see my sister. She's in town, she's visiting, and she's leaving tomorrow morning, so I want to spend a little bit of time with her before she goes back. So that's what I got lined up for the rest of the day. I've also been working through a book with some ideas on how to network more effectively. So I'm going through that book a little bit, and I've done this in the past, and then I kind of stopped for a little bit, but I think I want to get back into it, is when I'm reading a book, rather than just reading it, like actually taking notes. I saw a video, I don't remember who it was, I think it might have been Dan Martell or somebody, who says, don't just read books, study them. So I've read a lot of books, I've gone and read all the words on all the pages, but the best way to really get the most out of it is to take some notes, like what are the key points, and then create like a little outline, like some cliff notes that I can refer to later. Or, if it's a business book like this, where they're talking about real practical steps and things to actually do and implement, you now have like almost like an instruction manual, whatever you want to call it, of like, do this, 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 and then, see what that does for your business, or whatever it is you're trying to do, if it's that kind of a book. So I'm doing that with this one. We'll see how that works out. Yesterday I got a phone call from a contact that I've made since I started going to these networking events, so it fucking works. I don't know if that's going to turn into business, but he presented our services as an option to somebody who was looking for our services, so that is encouraging. Alex Hormozy says that part of the reason he is able to work as much as he does is he says he does the things that have rewarded him in the past. So if you work out and eat right, you're going to get rewarded with a certain kind of body, and if you put in the right kind of work, you're going to be rewarded with more money, things like that. And so it's not hard for him to work as many hours per day and as many days in a row, because these are the things that reward him. And getting that phone call is, exactly the reinforcement that I needed. Not only that, there's been several things that have happened that have just demonstrated to me that my fears and insecurities around networking were kind of silly, and it's not that hard, it's not that intimidating, it's not that big of a deal. You just go up and show up and do it. And that's my challenge right now, is getting over that hurdle of being I don't know if the word is maybe afraid, or getting over the hesitation to networking and putting myself out there and recognizing my value and developing my ability to connect with people and be of service. So those are my thoughts for now. I've got some short ribs in the oven, so I'm gonna eat that. I ate a lot over the weekend, put a bunch of weight back on, so that's annoying, but again, not the end of the world. Some of it came back down this morning, and and just getting back on the grind. Working every day, working out every day, eating right, just doing all the right things, and good things are gonna happen. Just showing God that I'm doing my part to be worthy of the things that I want, and hopefully I'll be rewarded with those outcomes. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go shower and eat. Bye. All right, I am just leaving my sister's now, going home. Glad I got to spend some time with her. She's kind of going through a transition type of deal in her personal life, so I was able to just talk to her about that. It was good to hear her talk about how she feels about it and stuff like that. And I even opened up about some of my things. So it was a good conversation, and we did smoke a little weed, and I did eat some snacks. But it was just part of my experience with my sister, so I'm grateful for that. And siblings are interesting, it's like these friends that you've just known forever. I mean, it's more than that too, obviously, you're blood related, but you all have your own experiences, and you come together in certain ways. You also very much differ in many different ways, so there's that. We had a deep conversation. So that was nice. Need to get back on it tomorrow, especially with the food and the exercise. Again, I had a nice workout earlier today, but I think my body's going to be able to start handling a higher workload tomorrow. And I also think I want to change up how I warm up. So I think I want to get my spine engaged before I do any heavy lifting. Yeah, I'm warming everything else up but the spine. I'm just kind of talking out loud. Stream of stoned consciousness. We had a fun podcast earlier today. That was fun. There's a local comic here, and he's an older gentleman, and he has written on some very, very well-known, basically almost all the late-night TV shows. So he's met a lot of big-time stand-up comedians, so it was just really good to talk to him. Hey, he's a funny